said, I'm going to start going to the gym. I actually do go to the gym, but the problem is I have inconsistency with my gym session. Hey, do you feel stuck? Do you feel like nothing's growing the way it should be? Like your thinking isn't shifting, your habits are not changing, your faith is not shifting, or your relationship are not getting any better. You see, a lot of us are moving, but really we're not progressing. A lot of us are busy, but we're not becoming who we're meant to be. That's why I'm diving deep into a 4-part series called Growing with Jesus. Because Jesus grew in wisdom, Jesus grew in stature, and he grew in favor with God and man. This is your season and your time to grow, step by step, just like Jesus did. Hey, so welcome to our session 2 of Growing Like Jesus. I hope you was blessed with session 1, which we spoke about growing in wisdom. And this session, we're going to speak about growing in stature, which means developing healthy habits. Jesus grew in stature. That means he had the ability and the capacity to stand. He had a healthy habit. You see, one of the things we see Jesus growing in is definitely stature, which means he developed healthy habits. See, many people don't see these aspects of Christ. A lot of us, you see Christ as a miracle worker, wonder, make working power, glorious one. But we don't see that Christ developed a healthy habit throughout his life and throughout his ministry. If you look at the scripture, we have a scripture here I wrote down in 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 27. It says, I discipline my body and bring it into subjection. Here, Apostle Paul, he says that he disciplined his body. First of all, if you look at the context, it speaks about a person that's ready to run, prepares his body to run so he can finish strong. Are you preparing your body? Because especially if your body is the temple of God, what healthy habits are you putting in place that will help you develop it? What healthy habits have you put in place to help you develop healthy habits? When I look at myself and look at my health, I always say to myself, I'm going to go to the gym every year. I say, I'm going to start going to the gym. I actually do go to the gym, but the problem is I have inconsistency with my gym session. Especially the reason why I need gym, because I look at my genes, I look at where I'm from, I look at my family around me, my fathers and my uncles. Most of them have very fat genes. And if you look at most of us, we don't really exercise. We have not created a habit of exercising. We have not created that mindset of going to the gym. Most of them don't go to the gym. We eat and we sleep. And then we can easily develop sickness, can develop all form of diseases or sickness. The reason why it's important for me anyway, because if I look at wisdom, I haven't seen. If you look around you and look around yourself, have you ever seen anybody that is obese and is over 70 or 80? It's impossible. If you want to live long enough to fulfill your purpose through Christ, you must develop healthy habits. We look at the scripture, even Daniel had healthy habits. If you look at Daniel chapter 1, verse 8 to 15, I'll read verse 11 to 15. It says this, Daniel then said to the guard whom the chief official had appointed over Daniel, Ananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, please test your servant for 10 days. This is Daniel asking him. Give us nothing but vegetables to eat and water to drink. Then compare our appearance with that of the young men who eat royal food, and treat your servant in accordance with what you see. Verse 14 says, so he agreed to this and tested them for 10 days. And at the end of the 10 days, they looked healthier and better nourished than any of the young men who ate royal food. Wow. So there is something that's important to look after your health. There is certain food that you cannot overeat, because your nourishment won't be perfect. In this season, as we speak about growth, you must grow in what? In stature. And if you want to grow in stature, you must develop healthy habits. And how can you develop healthy habits? I wrote down some few things. Best thing to develop healthy habits, you set consistent bedtime and morning routine. Even myself, I learned when I used to set up certain routines, sleep at certain hours, I'll wake up at certain hours. But if I allow myself to sleep, play, watch Netflix and Amazon, all of a sudden everything else falls apart. And most of the time, I've learned that you need to choose water over fizzy drinks. You need to choose proper food over snacks and over junk, especially your chicken and chip or your kebabs and chips. And also, you have to understand you need to say no to things that drain your energy and distract you from your purpose. A lot of us, we live in a world where it just sucks your energy and you find yourself not developing your healthy habits. I want you to remember this. This is the key point. Physical and personal discipline are acts of worship. Your physical discipline, your personal discipline are act of worship. Why? Because your body is the temple of God. Jesus grew in stature, so will you in this season of growth. God bless you and see you at our next session. God bless.